Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the old guy Jack here. And I'm just looking around here, and this old shed that I call my shop is just a little too small. If you look around behind me here, well, let me show you what it looks like in here. That corner over there is for my batteries and chargers and all that stuff. See a vacuum cleaner there too. There's my shelves for all my spray cans and oil and stuff like that. There's a cabinet. I keep different things in there. There's paint in there. There's a few suitcases down in the bottom, in case I get totally frustrated and just want to take a trip. No, that's not it. Back there is usually my yard stuff. You see a weed whacker there, a couple of them. One of them's electric, one of them's gas. And then here, I got 4 different motorcycles there, which is too many in this little space, and another one here, that makes 5. I just got this used parts cleaner, Safety Clean, and I'm trying to figure out how to get a filter for it because it didn't have a filter. It's got everything else, got the light bulb and the pump to pump the stuff up, and I bought a new, I don't know if you can see it over there, it's a little brush with a hose so the fluid comes through there. I got to put that on there. Back there I got my air conditioning system and my air pressure. Over here is my bench, which is totally covered with stuff, and a pegboard up there to hang a little bit more on. That's a few of my bikes up there. That looks like an AT1. That was a YDS3. That's my V-Strom touring bike. There's a YDS3C, that's mine. That was my old Yamaha Venture. And this was a Maxim that I got at a farm sale, and I fixed that up. It had a white tank on it when I got it. The seat was all ripped up and it was missing things. I found chrome headers and found the side covers, and I put a little money in that and gave it to my son. There's been a lot more, of course. Then the other one's the little 34 Indian sign and the other Indian sign, and the cute lady with her stockings on there. Those all my sister gave them to me. But anyway, my point is I need more space. Now I got more space in different buildings, but that's just about as full as this one is. So anyway, I thought I'd go over that with you guys. And now, today, what are we going to do today? You've seen me attack the rear turn signals and find out that I needed one more thing before I mount the one on the left here. And up here, these switches are all, well, dirty. We'll say dirty. That's probably good enough. I do have a new battery for it. I need to wire in this new fuse. So today though, I think we're going to take this off, take it down on the bench, or over on the bench, after I spend some time cleaning a few things out of there that I don't need there anymore. And we'll tear it apart. We'll get in there, we'll clean all the contacts and lubricate them all and see if we can't make it work a lot better. So I'll join you back once we get it over there. All right, I'm taking the switch out because it needs to be cleaned. The contacts and all that, easier done on the bench, I thought. But we come to here and I disconnected all the wires that are inside the headlight thing. Bucket. Blue is going to be your high beam. Yellow, your low beam. Brown with a white stripe is the lead that goes directly to the flasher down here. And dark green, is that right? No, this will be dark green, I believe. Yep, this is dark green. That goes to this turn signal, and the one that's not installed back there, it's sitting right there because it's waiting apart. Then we have pink, which is going to be your horn. And I'm not sure. That looks like black, which is a ground. And then brown, which will be your other turn signal over there and the one in the back. So then I find that this other wire comes down and goes in here. And I believe there's a boot in there. And it probably connects to a wire that goes up to the horn. And it may also connect to the brown with a white stripe wire going to here. So we're going to have to get that boot out to take a look and see what's connected there. Well, I removed the flasher, which you see over there hanging out on the other side. And I got this boot out, and what I found was this other wire actually goes to a 6-wire plug with only 5 wires in it, but a 6-wire plug. And it has, oh golly, it's got blue, yellow, those are headlight numbers, and it's got another yellow. I'm not sure what that is, but I think that, I don't know, maybe tail light and stoplight. I'm not sure, honestly. I'll have to look at the wiring diagram. But we got this nice 6 position plug here, and we can just take that apart, and then we can get that cable out of there, and we can take this over on the bench and clean it up and lubricate the movements and get everything going. Well, folks, I got that switch totally out of the bike. I opened up the switch, and while there's, I don't know if you can, it'll focus on that or not. Probably not. So let me take a picture of it. All right, and you probably can't see, but we'll see if we can get in on it. Right about there. That right there, there's some kind of material, and right here there's more kind of material, And this is different than any of the others I've worked on, because these switches are enclosed. High and low, and I assume this must be on and off to turn your lights completely off. I didn't have that before. There's more crud in here. And then this switch, the one for the turn signals down here, is pretty much like all the rest of them. The old ones that I used to work on. It's got a sliding block. Let me get rid of the crud that's in there. Well, that sticks like glue. Alright, it's got a sliding block that's got contacts on it. And this lever, even though it appears to be loose, we'll see if we can tighten that up or not. And it's a lever that works this block back and forth. And those contacts are, there's one right here in the center, and then there's one on this end and one on this end. So when it's this way, this in the center makes contact with this on the outside. I hope you can see that. I don't know. Say that again. So in this position, when you're using the right turn signal, this block is slid over this way, and it contacts, there's a contact here and a contact here, and it ties those two together. When you move this to the other direction, that's awful loose. Then you got a contact over here, and the hot contact basically in the center. This center connector has a brown with a white tracer tied to it, and this one on the left, this one over here, has a green wire, dark green, and this one on the right has a dark brown. Now these wires, you can't, if you can see them, I don't know. Going up to here, all have to do with the headlights. And these switches are enclosed. They're not open and able to get dirty like I'm used to. But this one can. So we're going to use some WD-40 contact cleaner on there. I won't bother with the other ones because they're all closed up. I guess I might take these knobs off and squirt some down from above and see if that'll help clean it up. I got to get this tightened. I need a small screwdriver for that, and I'll be back. Let's see if this tightens up at all. That looks better. Alright, we're going to give it another shot here. Now I think we'll give it a shot of regular WD-40. I don't know, but you can see it stays where it's supposed to now with that screw tightened up. Hopefully, that screw won't come loose again. I don't know what the torque readings are supposed to be on it, but it should either be a shoulder screw so that this has enough room to move freely, or whatever. Alright, so now, will it still go back together? Yes, it will. I think the horn worked sometimes. The pink wire goes to the horn button, but the ground is actually this wire, this right here. And that simply touches the handlebar when you tighten this thing down. So we're going to want to clean that pretty good. And you know what? I got one of these things. This is supposed to be used on a Dremel, but I think this will work. Now to get at that horn button switch, I would have to take this all apart, and I'm not exactly sure there are holes in the bottom of this to allow, if the water gets into it, to drain out. Alright, so I need to get a meter, make sure that's working. Alright, how can we tell if that switch is working, that horn switch? We happen to know that the horn is a pink wire, so we'll put one end of the meter on there, then we'll put the other end of the meter right here. It should be open. When you push it, it should be shorted. So, we got a problem. And I'm not sure. Let's try to... To 6 volts, it's effectively open. It's 25 megohms. To 6 volts, that would look like an open circuit. But let's see if we push the button. Now it's going open. There we go. See if I can show you there. Well, I need another hand, but this thing just happens to have, I'm pretty sure it does. How do you get it open now? Well, what a revolting development this is. I'm pretty sure that's a tripod stand. There it is. I never used it before. So hopefully you can see it now. I can't tell. Let me see. I don't even see it in the... right here. There it is. Alright, now I'm free to work with both hands here. So... let's see. Well, it was working there before. Shorts it out, goes to open when you let off. Seems to be working. All right. Now, to check, I'm going to put the screws back in it, hold it together, and we're going to switch these different wires and see what happens. Alright, one's enough for now. Okay, turn signals are in the center, off. Now, if we go to the left, we should hook the brown with a white stripe to the green. I should get another alligator clip, shouldn't I? Right now, it's open. And if we switch the switch, yeah, let me get another alligator clip. I think that'd be easier. I'll be back. Folks, it appears that not only was I confused about the brown and the green wires, I was confused about the on and the off of the video recorder. So I didn't get back to it. But anyway, I did find that I was not connecting to the green wire when I flipped it to the left. And I started looking at things, and I went and got the diagram out, and sure enough, my mind was backwards. So suffice it to say, I learned my lesson. Always look at the diagram when you're working on wire. Well, it's a couple of days later, and we need to get these wires straightened out here. I already got the green one plugged in, goes up to the headlight. The yellow one goes to the headlight, and one goes back to the tail light, I think. All these wires here all come from the switch up there that I worked on. So what do we got left here? Let's see. There's a dark green. That will be the right turn signal. There's a dark brown. That will be the left turn signal. And then there's a brown with a white stripe. And that's the feed directly from the turn signal flasher. It goes up to the switch, up there, to the center position on the switch, and then you move the switch left or right to send this signal back down to green and brown. And then where you connect these, you also connect the wires from the back turn signals and the wires from the front turn signals, and the wires from the turn signal indicator that's in the tachometer. So I'm going to do all that, and I'll bring you back. Alrighty, so we got all the wires hooked up. These are all dark green, or they should be dark green. They may be a little bit different, so shades. And then over here we got 4 dark brown. Dark brown would be the left side. So we turn the key on, we got the new battery in, and we turn it to the left, and we get the left front turn signal. There it is. This one works. I just got to switch it to the other side. Okay, and the light up here on the tack to show that your turn signal's on is also working. So what we got is we got a green wire that runs all the way through this cable harness, and somewhere it's broke. So that's going to take a while to fix. Alrighty, I think I tested this before, but we're going to try the headlight again. We got I think that's a big enough battery there. That's a 6-volt car battery. And this is a 6-volt bulb. And there's one side of the bulb, and there's the other side. And they both work. So this is bright over here, and this is dim. And it works. So once we get that other problem fixed, we'll be all set to put this back together. And once we get that other part for the back turn signal mount and fender mount, it's just a collar is all it is, or I call it a sleeve. And what else we got to do then? Well, you know what? I painted the muffler. I'm still waiting for a part for the muffler too. The O-ring that joins the muffler to the exhaust pipe should be here any day. And I painted the muffler, so I guess I might as well take the exhaust pipe off and paint it to match. I wasn't going to get into painting. It needs a lot of painting, but I'm going to leave that to the owner. I will have to pull the forks, though, because they both need seals. So we'll do a fork reseal on it. This has got a little crack in it. Let me turn this off so I don't run my brand new battery down. Okay, this has got a crack in it, so I'll put some of those little clips in there to keep it from getting worse. And we should be just about done. Can't think of anything else. I did replace the clutch lever. That was busted. I adjusted that a little bit. It was a little sloppy. And, oh, I was going to see if I can find some different foot pegs. There's not much left of those foot pegs. Both sides. They're pretty small. Be nice to have bigger ones if I can get some that fit. Not sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of ended that one abruptly, didn't I? I got a few more things to do on this guy. I'm hoping to get it out of here in about 2 weeks, maybe. Depending on, if they get the parts out to me that I ordered and things like that. But at least I got the turn signals so they almost work. I've got to find a new flasher because that flasher doesn't flash. And I've got to, I may have one up there someplace. I think I do. And what else I got to do? I got to put in fork seals and a couple other things. I'm looking for some decent foot pegs to replace the existing ones with. And once we get all that stuff done, well, then we'll move on to the DT. Ooh, pardon me. Move on to the DT400. And I don't think that's going to take a lot. It may need fork seals as well. But I think it was running, I think, maybe he said a couple years ago. So I cleaned the carburetor already, and I just slapped that back on, and we'll go from there. So if you enjoyed this, give it a big old thumbs up. Boy, I'd appreciate that. And leave a comment. I try to answer all comments if there's anything to answer. Yeah, just let me know what you think. I'm doing a terrible job or I'm doing a good job. I like to read them all. I don't care. I've had so much criticism in the last 80 years that just bounces off me like water off a duck's back. So we'll see you guys in the next one. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'd appreciate that as well. So we'll see you. Take it easy.